This is the Brother WP-680 word processor, or according to the manual I got with it, the Brother AX450. I don't know why that says a different model number, but anyway. So yeah, this is a really neat typewriter that I have only gotten a small chance to play around with. It has built-in correction ribbon and it actually has memory for storing documents on the typewriter itself. It has a nicely sized display. The keyboard feels nice, and I just accidentally pressed something. So yeah. So to switch it, right now it's in word processor mode. To switch it to typewriter mode, all you do is hit this key, and it will reset the carriage. I needed to install the correction ribbon off camera because it is really hard to install. So now that we have the correction ribbon installed, then now we can install replace the daisy wheel from the script daisy wheel with the prestige daisy wheel. So there we go. So according to this, we just open the top cover, and it's really not a good view. So replacing the daisy wheel is pretty simple. All you need to do is press the pull the lever towards you to roll. It's the daisy wheel. Pull it out, and then put the new daisy wheel in. Let's see. The ear is, this thing is on the upper right. We have success. So this can act as either a word processor, which can save Word documents, not Word documents, but word processing documents on the unit itself, and then you can print them later, or alternatively, it can act as a typewriter. And when I got this, it had a sort of handwriting script daisy wheel installed, as you can see here, and then but then I switched it out for just the standard serif daisy wheel that I got with it as well. And so yeah. So this won't be a full demonstration of features, and I'll primarily focus on the typewriter aspects of this, because even I haven't really gotten to play around with this all that much. I've just gotten out and typed up a few things. But so yeah. So let's load some paper. Get it aligned correctly. That looks good. So as I stated before, this has a correction ribbon, which I replaced, as well as a standard ink ribbon. So and you can basically just type whatever, like hello world. And that's what I just typed. That's from an old test. But let's see if I can get the camera a bit closer here, and yes. Now you see the carriage. Now let's say I want to type probably one of the most famous sentences around. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Now, as some of you may know, the reason why the sentence is so famous is because it uses every single letter of the alphabet at least once. So, I will and I just typed the quick brown fox jumped, not jumps. Now I could, given that I typed this in the past tense, for this to now use every letter of the English alphabet, I will, or I guess it's technically the Roman alphabet, but moving on, I will need to make dog plural for dogs. I could do that, or instead, see if I can get that line there. I can just hit correct, and then correct to remove the ED, which as you can see has been removed. Now, this correction ribbon is new, as you saw. I just installed it, but the ribbon probably wasn't quite in alignment with what I typed because I moved the paper out to demonstrate this. So anyway, now I will move this back and continue typing my sentence. If I can get this aligned. And then period. And then there you go. So, yeah, that's a demo of the typing and correction features of this word processor. And for the most part, this is really sort of just a standard typewriter from the mid to late 80s. It's a really nice typewriter. And I really enjoy using it. Although, I'm curious if it has a bell to warn you, because, yeah, I forget whether it does or not in a little bit. So let's just space. Okay, so yeah, it has a bell to warn you when there are 5 spaces remaining. So yeah. So I guess next I should demonstrate some of the more word processor oriented features. Okay. So to demo the word processor functions of this typewriter, let's just open up the document that I had open before, which is test.wpt, which, just as a little side note, this has 24.4K of memory about. Looks like this takes up 10K of, or no, 1/10 of a kilobyte. So like 100 bytes or something of memory. So you get a good amount of memory with this. And this typewriter, the manual says that it can go for... So this typewriter can't be, it doesn't have an on or off switch as far as I can find. And I'm not sure how long it can last, how long the data on the typewriter will last unplugged. Sadly, there's no floppy drive, which I would have really liked, which I would have really appreciated if they had put one on this model, because, you know. But it's still a really nice typewriter, and I still think it's a great piece of technology. So yeah, let's press return to start editing test.wpt, and this is the file that I printed in the intro. Go to the end of the line, and then so one really cool feature about this is that it has a spell checker. So according to the manual, if I press code and spell, it will start the spell checker. So I'll just say I want to check all, and it found no errors. But let's say I wanted to type something new into this document, like, I'm not sure, something that has some harder to spell words. Let's say I wanted to type in Brother WP-680 word processor. But wait, I'm not sure which comes next, a C or an S, because both can create the sound. So let's just say I think it's an S, even though I know it's a C. So now, as you can see, I have typed that, which is wrong, but so if I hold down code, spell, and I want to check the entire document, and it beeped and told me that this is spelled incorrectly. Now I can ignore it. I can have it give me a suggestion. It will let me retype the word, or I can add it to the dictionary. I will ask for a suggestion. And so now it's searching the dictionary. And it thinks I either tried to spell processor or professor. Now processor is the word that I tried to spell, so I will hit enter, and it corrected it for me. And that is really cool. Now, let's say I wanted to type something else, something that maybe references a word that wasn't exactly in the common lexicon when this typewriter was made. Let's say I wanted to talk about maybe a blog that I was reading. So and I accidentally exited out of it. Now I would correct myself, but I'm just gonna let the spell checker catch that. So, I was reading this awesome blog about typewriters today, only I misspelled a few words. So I will have it spell check the entire document again. And I don't think it found anything, which is strange. Maybe now. Interesting. So I guess it has a blog in the dictionary. I was thinking that would trip it up, although I'm not sure why it didn't catch my misspelled awesome in typewriters. Ooh, I have one. Again. I like iPods, which I do, but yes. So here, the iPod is now the word iPod is now a commonly accepted word. So I could have it ignore this word. I could ask for a suggestion. I could retype it if I know how I misspelled it. Or I could add it to the dictionary. While I'd want to add a word like this to the dictionary, I'm just going to see what suggestions it has. Because I'm really curious, honestly. I don't know what that word is. But okay. So now let's just add it to the dictionary. And by the way, to escape from that dialogue, I hit the cancel key. So yeah, I will add it to the dictionary. So now it rechecks and everything looks good. So yeah. So now, let's say I want to print this because I have completed my typing and I've spell checked it. Well, now I just hold down code and hit P. And it's asking for me to insert paper. So I will insert the paper. Got it lined up. And now I'm ready to print. So now insert paper and press return. I will hit return. And now it's printing. So yeah, I got this for $10 at an estate sale, and I got 9 extra ribbons, correction tape, 8 rolls of correction tape, one of it which I installed in here, and yeah, each ribbon was $3, and each roll of correction tape was 50 cents. So yeah, I would say this is a really good deal.